What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. We have a very exciting phone for you today. It is the OnePlus N10, aka Nord 10. It goes for $300. It's a budget phone. This is it right here. I already have it all set up, so we'll go through it in a second. But I want to show you what's inside of the box first. So let's open up the box here. I haven't even gone through any of this stuff, really. I set up the phone, but then again, I didn't really use anything else in here, so let's check out. So you do have a warp charger. It is a 30-watt charger, so you'll be able to charge pretty fast with this, which is nice. A lot of phones are, especially budget phones, are only usually maybe 15 watts or 18-watt fast charging. This is 30-watt. Very, very nice. USB-C cable, and then the charging brick. No headphones or anything in the box. And this is funny too, because a lot of the flagship phones from Samsung and Apple don't even come with a charger. So it's nice to see that this one actually does. And then in here, we should have the SIM ejector tool, I would assume. Yep, SIM ejector tool. And then also, usually they give you some stickers. Let's see if they did with this specific one. Doesn't look like any stickers this time. Here's the phone. This phone, again, $300 phone. How crazy is that? Super inexpensive phone. So at the top, I don't see anything there for you to show off to. Get your camera on the front here. On the side here, you get where you're gonna put your SIM card. This is a 5G phone. $300, you get 5G. 5G isn't like the most amazing thing, but it's cool to have. So it has 5G. It also has expandable storage in here. You can add up to a 512 gigabyte micro SD card. This would be the first OnePlus phone I've ever had that allows you to do something like that. You got your volume rockers right here, up and down. At the bottom of the phone, look at that. Headphone jack, USB-C, and a speaker. There's also a speaker at the top here as well, so you do get stereo speakers. You get your power button on right here on the right. There's no volume mute switch. It used to be like a mute switch here on the left. They don't have that. It's also not on the right, so they removed that completely. You have on the back here, you have a fingerprint sensor. I love the fingerprint sensor on the back here. Speaking of the fingerprint sensor, it's pretty good. I haven't really had too many issues. You can see it's pretty fast as well once you get it on there. You get your cameras right there. 3 cameras, hopefully you can see that. And OnePlus. That's pretty much it. It's made out of plastic. It's a $300 phone. I'm fine with that. You drop this, it's probably gonna be okay. You know, it's plastic. It's not gonna crack or anything like that. Obviously you'd want a case. I would say get a case, but you know, just again, plastic, and it doesn't bother me at all. So it is something to keep in mind. If you don't like plastic phones, then you might not love this phone. What we'll do here now is just talk a little bit about the phone specs. So I'm gonna bring this down, go into settings, go into about phone, and it gives you all of the specs that you're probably interested in. Snapdragon 690. So it's a 6 series, but it does have 5G, 6 gigabytes of RAM with 128 gigabytes of storage. So you can add additional storage if you want, like I said. 64 megapixel camera. You got 8 2 and 2 megapixel quad camera, 90 hertz, 6.49 full HD plus display. So it is a 90 hertz display, so it's pretty smooth at that. And then it runs Android 10. I've already done all the updates on it recently, so it's still Android 10. And then dual stereo speakers, like I said. And then that's pretty much it about the phone in terms of specs before we jump into everything about it. Okay, so let's talk about the phone. It's got a Snapdragon 690, like I said, with 6 gigabytes of RAM. So you might be concerned about the performance, but in terms of like just day-to-day usage, you know, it's fine. It works great with you know, loading apps up and searching for things, and you know, you can see it just does a pretty good job at that. I'll open up a website as well. Open up Yahoo page. So it does all that kind of stuff really, really well. Instagram. Jump around. Click onto the Pizza Cupcake Company. Sponsored. Not by me. Not to me, I should say. But yeah, all that kind of stuff works really, really well. Twitter. So, I mean, it doesn't feel like the fastest phone, but it also doesn't feel like a complete slouch. You know, the OnePlus 8T does feel like definitely smoother and faster, but this is 300 bucks. It's pretty crazy how well optimized this phone is in terms of performance. All right, next let's try out a video here so you can see the quality of the screen and also the speaker. So we'll do this speaker kind of test first. These phones, so you're not going to really get any differences between the two. But again, I thought of 4 good reasons why you should upgrade. But anyways, you know, before you even jump into those 4 reasons, if you're extremely happy with the Galaxy S20 Ultra, do not upgrade. This is for people that kind of are on the border of thinking about upgrading or always love to upgrade. It's for you guys. Let's jump into
So the speakers, they're a little tinny sounding. I mean, I'm not expecting like the best sounding speakers ever, but they're a little tinny sounding. They're more on the tinny side than the bassier side, but they, you know, they're fine. The volume's adequate. Just the sound overall again is adequate. I'm not that disappointed or excited about them either. They're kind of whatever. They're fine. And it doesn't even matter anyway, because when I generally listen to audio, I mean, we'll listen to the speakers, but generally it's through either Bluetooth speakers, which obviously this has Bluetooth, or, you know, you have the headphone jack as well, which is always nice. You can plug a pair of headphones right here, or even USB-C if you really wanted to. So it does all of that. So it's a cool little feature to that. Quality of the display is actually pretty good. It gets bright enough. I don't even have it that bright right now. I have it at about half brightness, you know, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And that's generally where I like to keep my phones. Sometimes like with the old, like the Pixel phones, you have to put it up at about 70 or 80 for it to feel like halfway up. This is it feels brighter than that. I'm again very happy with the brightness of the display. The quality of the display is fine. So overall, you know, it's good. The software, I love the OnePlus software. I love it for a couple of reasons. One, it's very, you know, Pixel-esque in a way, meaning it's very clean. It's a very clean layer of Android, but there's a lot of customizations. You have them on your home screens, change the wallpapers, add widgets, home settings. You have all of these different home settings in here for your home screens to mess with. You can change your icon packs. You can mess with the app drawer. You can change your launcher layout, double tap to lock your screen, the Discover screen, which is that Google page on your home screen, add icons to home screen, hidden spaces. Like there's a lot of cool stuff in here. And then you can get even more when you go into settings. You have a space for utilities, for parallel apps, and the app locker to hide stuff from people. You have pocket mode, so it prevents the screen from automatically turning on. Scheduled power on and off. If you go into display and go to advanced, you can mess with the refresh rate, which this has a 90 hertz refresh rate going along with the display, so it feels nice and smooth for it. So just a ton of customizations. You can change the status bar. There's a lot of, it's easy to follow too, so I love that. In terms of the software, if you're used to that OnePlus experience, you're gonna get it on this $300 phone. Battery inside is 4,300 milliamps. The charger is a 30 watt fast charger. So this is gonna charge up extremely, extremely fast for you. There's no wireless charging. For me, not a deal breaker. I barely ever use wireless charging. You're also not gonna be able to charge devices on the back of this. Again, not a deal breaker for me, but things to know that if you're into wireless charging or into charging devices on the back of your phone, you won't be able to do that with the N10. Now I'm gonna show you some samples of the cameras from the front and the back. I'll show you videos as well that I've captured with this, so let's do that now. Hey everybody, it's Greggles TV. I'm gonna walk around a little bit. This is the front-facing camera. I have it in the lame way. Ooh, my light. Look how that is. Ooh, pretty crazy. Yeah, so recording here, the highest I can go is 1080p video on the front camera. But this is how it looks. This is how it looks when you walk around. And sounds. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Kind of a weird thing, but it doesn't let you record video, at least from what I saw, on the ultra wide angle of this phone. I don't know why. You can take photos with it, but I don't know, I wasn't able to shoot video. And the only way you can go, like I can zoom in all the way, but I can't, again, shoot ultra wide. Weird, but
just something to know in case you're interested in shooting video. But this is what the camera looks like shooting video. I'm just going to move around a little bit, show you how it looks when you walk around. I'm not shaking my hand or anything, but it might be a good little indication of what it looks and sounds like if you're in real life. So after showing basically everything about this phone, the software is really, really nice. It's simple. It's also fully featured. You get extremely fast charging with 30 watt fast charging, warp charging on here. You have a headphone jack, which is a rare occurrence on a phone. You have Bluetooth if you want to use that. You have a fingerprint sensor on the back, which is very accurate. You have fairly, above average performance for this. I didn't really notice any noticeable lag. The screen is above average in terms of, for one of these $300 phones, sometimes you don't get anything that great. This is a really good screen. The speakers are adequate. It's just a really solid phone. I think you're going to be pretty happy with it, with what you get. So if you want to pick it up, it is linked down below. And, plastic back, if that bothers you, that's something I can see bothering people. No wireless charging. I can see that bothering people. There's no IP certification on this, so that might bother you. But generally, if you're okay with those things, you're getting a pretty solid budget phone. Link down below again. Like I said, we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.